is Dr. Ashish Panchal, Professor and Head Department of Pharmacology. Welcome to MOOC series, an initiative taken by LJ Institute of Pharmacy. In today's session, we will discuss the cellular adaptation, necrosis, apoptosis, and the types of calcification. So first, in cellular adaptation, there are various terms like atrophy, hypertrophy, hyperplasia, metaplasia, and the dysplasia. First, we would like to discuss the atrophy. Atrophy, the reduction of the number and the size of cell of an organ or its part which was once normal is called the atrophy. Physiological atrophies are normal process of aging in some tissue which could be due to loss of endocrine stimulation or arteriosclerosis. Example of physiological atrophy are atrophy of glands after menopause, atrophy of brain with aging, atrophy of lymph node, appendix, and thymus. These are the example of the physiological atrophy. So in atrophy, the size of the cell is reduced, that is known as the atrophy, and these are the example of the physiological atrophy. Now the pathological atrophy are starvation atrophy, depletion of the fat carbohydrate from its store, ischemic atrophy, decrease in the blood supply due to atherosclerosis, disuse atrophy, wasting of muscles of limb immobilized in cast, neuropathic atrophy, wasting of muscles of the limb in stroke, endocrine atrophy, hypopituitarism may lead to atrophy of the thyroid gland. Idiopathic atrophy, example is myopathy and testicular atrophy. Second one is hypertrophy. Hypertrophy is an increase in the size of the cell. As in atrophy, the size is reduced, here the size is increased, resulting in enlargement of organ or a tissue without any change in the number of cells. Physiological atrophy, enlarged size of uterus during the pregnancy is an example of hypertrophy as well as hyperplasia. Pathological atrophy, hypertrophy means hypertrophy of cardiac muscles may occur in cardiovascular disease like chronic hypertension, aortic valvular disease. Hypertrophy of smooth muscles, pyloric stenosis cause hypertrophy of stomach, hypertrophy of skeletal muscle in athletes and the manual labor. Compensatory hypertrophy, it may occur in an organ when the contralateral organ is removed. If we remove the one organ, then the another organ is performed with the double efficiency. Examples are nephrectomy, removal of one kidney may cause the hypertrophy and hyperplasia of the other kidney. Adrenal hyperplasia, removal of one adrenal gland cause the hypertrophy and hyperplasia of the remainder adrenal gland. The next is metaplasia. Metaplasia is defined as the reversible change of one type of epithelial or mesenchymal cell to another type of the adult epithelial or the mesenchymal cell, usually in response to abnormal stimuli, and often revert back to normal one when the removal of the stimulation. Means metaplasia, that is the reversible changes from epithelial and mesenchymal to another type of the adult epithelial or the mesenchymal cell. Look at here this type. First is epithelial metaplasia. In epithelial metaplasia, first is squamous metaplasia. Due to chronic irritation that may be mechanical, chemical, or an infective origin, epithelial tissue transformed to squamous epithelial tissue. The example are from pseudostratified columnar epithelial tissue to squamous epithelial in bronchi due to chronic smoking. Second example, simple columnar epithelial tissue to squamous epithelial in gallbladder due to chronic cholecystitis with the cholelithiasis. Third one is simple columnar epithelial tissue to squamous epithelial in prostate due to chronic prostatitis and estrogen therapy. And last, transitional epithelial to squamous epithelial in urinary bladder due to chronic infection and the stone. Epithelial metaplasia, another type is columnar metaplasia transformation to columnar epithelium. Examples are columnar metaplasia in the Barrett's esophagus, normal squamous to columnar, conversion of pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium to columnar epithelium in the chronic bronchitis. So these are the epithelial type of the metaplasia. Now next one is mesenchymal type of the metaplasia. It less often there is a transformation of one adult type of mesenchymal tissue to another. Examples are osseous metaplasia and cartilaginous metaplasia. In osseous metaplasia, it means formation of bone in fibrous tissue, cartilage and myxoid tissue. Example, calcification in arterial wall or old age, in cartilage of larynx and bronchi in elderly people, in scare of chronic inflammation of prolonged duration. And another one is cartilaginous metaplasia in healing of the fracture. Okay, this is the example of the cartilaginous metaplasia. So these two types are the metaplasia, epithelial metaplasia and the mesenchymal metaplasia. Now last is the dysplasia. Dysplasia means disorder, cellular development, often accompanied with a metaplasia and hyperplasia. It is therefore also referred to as the atypical hyperplasia. Most often is epithelial cell. The most common change in the epithelial dysplasia are increased number of layer in the epithelial tissue, disorderly arrangement of the cell from the basal layer of surface area, cellular and nuclear pleomorphism, increase the nucleocytoplasmic ratio, nuclear hyperchromatism, increase the mitotic activity. The two most common example of the dysplastic changes are the uterine cervix and respiratory tract. Okay, these are the most affected site of the dysplasia. Now next is the necrosis. Necrosis is the pathological cell death accompanied by inflammatory reaction. Necrosis may occur due to certain agent like hypoxia, chemicals, physical agent, microbial agent, immunological injury, etc. Types of necrosis are coagulative necrosis, liquefaction necrosis, caseous necrosis, fat necrosis, and fibrinoid necrosis. Now, what are the changes occur in different types of the necrosis? Coagulative necrosis is the most common and mostly from the sudden cessation of the blood flow. The organ mostly affected are heart, kidney, and spleen. The hallmark of coagulative necrosis is the conversion of normal cell into their tombstone-like cell. Outline of these cells are retained so but their cytoplasmic and nuclear content are lost in the coagulative type of the necrosis. Liquefaction necrosis, commonly due to ischemic injury and bacterial or the fungal infection. It occurs due to the degradation of the tissue by powerful hydrolytic enzyme. The affected area is soft tissue with the liquefacted center containing the necrotic debris. Later, it forms the cyst wall is formed. Caseous necrosis, it is found in tuberculosis and it's a combined form of the coagulative and the liquefactive necrosis. Fat necrosis, special form of the necrosis occur at two anatomical locations, pancreas and the breast. Fibrinoid necrosis, deposition of the fibrin-like material occur. It occur in the immunological tissue injury, peptic ulcer and arterioles during the hypertension. So these are the types of the necrosis. Now next, apoptosis. It's a programmed cell death. Apoptosis in the physiological process, cell destruction during the development of embryo. Hormonal dependent involution, shrinkage of the cell. Example is endometrium shedding during the menstruation. Regression of lactating breast after withdrawal of the breastfeeding. Normal cell destruction followed by the replacement of the cell proliferation. Example is intestinal epithelium. Apoptosis in the pathological process, cell death due to anti-cancer drug, cytotoxic T cell induced cell death, progressive depletion of the CD4 cell in AIDS, and cell death in viral infection. These are the pathological process of the apoptosis, programmed cell death. Mechanism action of apoptosis is the intrinsic and extrinsic pathway. An intrinsic pathway, okay, for an example like the BCL2 family, growth factor withdrawal, DNA damage by radiation, toxins, free radicals, protein misfolding, and ER, endothelial stress ECBCL2 family sensor activate, and it activate the BCL2 family effectors like BAX and BAK, which act on the mitochondria, and that mitochondria activate the cytochrome C and other pro-apoptotic protein. This pro-apoptotic protein initiate the caspase pathway, and then after it will endonuclease activation and nuclear fragmentation and breakdown of the cytoskeleton, and thereby the cytoplasmic bleb is produced, and this apoptotic body will phagocytes by the phagocytic cell. Whereas in extrinsic pathway, the receptor ligand interaction, that is FAS and TNF alpha receptor, adapter protein will accept this receptor and initiate the caspase pathway, execution of the caspase, and then after again the same pathway, endonuclease activation and the breakdown of cytoskeleton, it formed the apoptotic body, and this apoptotic body was engulfed by the phagocytic cell. And this is the mechanism of apoptosis. Calcification, deposition of the calcium salt in the tissue other than the osteoid or enamel, is called the pathological or heterotrophic calcification. Two type of calcification: dystrophic calcification and metastatic calcification. First, dystrophic calcification. It occurs in the area of necrosis where the cell dead or dying cell. The calcium metabolism and serum calcium level are normal. Found in advanced atherosclerosis, infarct or thrombosis formation occur. Pathogenesis: necrotized or degenerated tissue bind with the phosphate which attract the calcium and form the calcium phosphate. This calcium phosphate deposited in the mitochondria and membrane bound vesicles and form the crystals. Metastatic calcification: it occurs in normal tissue. The calcium metabolism is altered and serum calcium level are high. Hyperparathyroidism or hypervitaminosis D cause the hypercalcemia. Metastatic calcification occur in kidney, lungs, stomach and cornea. Pathogenesis: excessive calcium bind to inorganic phosphate and form the calcium phosphate. This metastatic calcification is reversible upon the correction of underlying metabolic disorder. So these are the two type of the calcification. One is the dystrophic and second one is the metastatic calcification. Okay. These are the some frequently asked question. Explain the cellular adaptation. Define atrophy, hypertrophy, hyperplasia, metaplasia and dysplasia. Explain the necrosis. Explain the type of necrosis. Explain the apoptosis and mechanism of apoptosis, and explain the type of calcification and define the calcification. Okay. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe our channel Pharma Ignite. Please press the bell icon for the more update. Thank you. Have a good day.